Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be another Dollar Tree product review video. I like to do these from time to time. I'll usually collect 10 different products that I've been using from the Dollar Tree and use them for a while and then kind of get back to you on what I think of these products, kind of whether it's a purchase or pass in my opinion. Usually there's no makeup involved in these videos because I do a lot of testing new Dollar Tree makeup videos. So these are kind of for those other products, both like household, personal, kind of other products that you'll see in Dollar Tree hauls that may get lost through the cracks. So I like to try to revisit these items and let you know what I think. So all of the other few videos that I've done like this over the last year or so down below, that way you can check out some other product review videos like this if this is your thing. Of course, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new, welcome. I do hope you'll become part of our community here on YouTube. So anyways, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So the first item here, I will have this product up here on the screen because I do not actually have it with me physically, but I bought one of these a couple of years ago. Thought it was really cute. They have different colors and designs. The one I have is pink with cherries on it, and it's an eyelash case. It's got a mirror inside, and you can put 3 different sets of lashes in there. So, you know, usually we keep the little lash cases that the lashes come in, or you can buy yourself something cute like this. So in some ways it's kind of unnecessary, but it's really, really cute. And if you do find that you tend to use a couple different pairs of lashes at a time, you don't just wear the same pair of lashes, something like this is handy because instead of having 3 different little lash cases, you can put them all in one place. Now I do find they stick a little bit better in the original package because sometimes there's a little bit of glue residue. So overall, this really gets a thumbs up for me because it is really, really, really cute. Mine just kind of sits by my station at work. It might not be as good in your makeup bag, you know, if it's kind of moving around and stuff like that. I think it might be a little bit better for like a vanity item. That way the lashes don't kind of end up all over the place inside the case. So that's really the downside of this. Like I said, the upside is if you have like 3 pairs of lashes that you're using at one time, and it'll be a nice little thing on your vanity. So like I said, even though the downside is I don't think it's a good makeup bag item, it is a really cute like vanity item. So now I'm going to be talking about those towels that you see kind of in the bath section of Dollar Tree. This one here is like a sage green. I also have gray. So overall, can you get something better at like Marshall's or Walmart? Yes. The towel is not the softest thing on the planet. You know, and this one here has been washed several times. It's got some things like these little strings and stuff like that. But overall, so I buy these just to have 1 or 2 in work. Instead of using all these paper towels, you know, every time I wash my hands or get my hands wet from wetting my beauty blender or something like that, I just bring this with me and I can dry off my hands, you know, like I would at home. And they work really, really good for that purpose. Like I said, they're soft enough. They do have a little bit of grit. These would actually really make a very good cleaning towel. So I recently did a video where there's things I don't buy at Dollar Tree, and the kitchen dish towels are something I don't like to buy at Dollar Tree, the ones with the prints on them. They're not very absorbent. I find that they develop a smell over time, and I just don't really care for them. These here would be a much better option as a kitchen towel than those because they're absorbent, and you know, you get more simple colors, so they actually would match like an aesthetic better. Like I said, I've got gray. This is like a sage green. They had like a coral shade. I think they've got a couple other shades as well. You know, if you bought a bunch of white ones, that would be really nice, like for your bathroom. But yeah, these would be a much better kitchen towel than the ones that you do find in the kitchen section. So like I said, can you get something probably a little bit more lush and better quality at like a Marshall's or a Walmart? Yes, you could. But if you're at Dollar Tree and you just need a towel for something, like I said, what I use it for, this gets a thumbs up for me. And like I said, these would actually make, and I might actually do that because kitchen towels are kind of expensive, especially to kind of get the ones where I don't, y'all, here's the thing, I generally don't like microfiber. So microfiber is kind of out of the equation. And I feel like a lot of kitchen dish towels and like cleaning cloths, especially cleaning cloths, are microfiber, and I just hate it. I'd rather cut some of these up and use them as rags in my kitchen or bathroom. So overall, I think I would just be happier getting a couple of these for my kitchen dish towels as well. So like I said, you might be able to get something better quality somewhere else, but I think for the purpose, but I think there's a lot of good purposes for $1.25 or $1.50 to buy one of these towels. So these overall get a thumbs up from me as well. Now, probably about the only thing microfiber that I like, and I believe that these are microfiber. I'm not really 100% sure. It doesn't actually say. But y'all, I love these right here. Usually you find them in like the makeup section. They're the polishing cloths. They usually come in a little box like this. You can get them with pink string or blue string. I've got probably 4 or 5 of these. And these are really, really great for if you wash your face and you want to dampen one and help get some of the soap off your face. I'll also use it to kind of wipe some of the soap around my hairline, especially if I've been wearing makeup. They're really good for removing masks. You know, like if you do a clay mask. Now, they sometimes will stain a little bit. I don't really mind. Like I said, I've been using this one here for a while, and it's really not that bad stained. I think it's a clean one too. It's one that I've used several times and I've washed several times. I don't bleach them. I just throw them in with my regular laundry. They're 89% polyester and 11% polyamide. It says to machine wash and tumble dry low after every 3rd use. I actually just machine wash and I hang them to dry. And I probably do that about every 3rd use, honestly. So yeah, I just really, really like these. These are something I've been buying probably for the last 3 or so years. And I don't think they get enough credit. So yeah, I really, really enjoy these. And I literally just use them for that purpose. I don't use them to clean. They are just like my little face rags when I need one. So really, really enjoy these. So here's one that kind of gets a thumbs up, thumbs down for me. Little handheld mirrors. And I'll explain why. So I've had several of these over the years. Of course, over time, eventually I'll break one. But I do have one left, you guys. Now this one I've kind of decorated. This is with Dollar Tree stuff, and it's really not very nice. But I'm talking about these really, really big mirrors like this. You remember these? See, mine's decorated. I've glued some of this rhinestone stuff. This was like, I think I did this during COVID. But I used to love the size of these. These are really good. I always use a little handheld mirror when I'm doing my makeup. And these are great because of their size. They're big. And it's really good, especially if you want to see the back of your hair. You know, when you go like this behind a mirror, you can really see. Dollar Tree doesn't really sell these anymore. I probably haven't seen mirrors of this size in at least 3 years. So now they kind of have these other styles. So they've got these ones right here. This one's really cute. I do love the design of this. And then I've got one in work that's pink with another little design. But they're a lot smaller, as you can see. Cute, but a lot smaller. So although it's cute for like doing my makeup, it's harder to see, like if I want to see the back of my hair for some reason, whether I've just dyed it, whether I've styled it, it's just a little harder to see. And then they've got that other mirror. I've had one of these before. And they come in like pink, blue, silver, and they look like an old school mirror. They're really very pretty. But again, they're about the same size as these. Now, what I do like about these is there's no warping in the mirror, which is really nice. Some mirrors at Dollar Tree I feel kind of have a little bit of like a warp to them. So although I do love this little handheld mirror, and I've got one here, I've got one at work, I will continue to buy these. I really do miss when they used to sell these big mirrors like this, because this was always my go-to. So like I said, I will continue to buy them. I think I have a really big one that's actually bigger than this that I got at Five Below for like $3 or $5. But it's almost too big, you know what I'm saying? So although I will continue to buy my mirrors at Dollar Tree, I still really miss a time when I could just buy this size right here. So, like I said, mirrors at Dollar Tree for me are like a thumbs up, thumbs down situation. So another item, I don't have them here inside the house with me, but they're outside by my plants. Plant stakes. So I think I have about 5 of these because I've got quite a few containers of herbs. And I don't always use them. Actually, I really should be using them now with as hot as it is. I just get a little bit out of the habit of filling them up. But basically you fill them up with water and then you stick them into your plants, and it just helps keep the soil moist. And they work really well, I feel. I'm not the biggest person with a green thumb. There's probably a lot, not probably, like for sure I probably don't know 99% of what I should know when it comes to taking care of a plant. But I can keep my herbs alive, and I wouldn't say they thrive, but they do okay. But I really like these watering snakes. I don't think I would really buy anything else. I've seen people use empty wine bottles for like big like bushes, and it kind of does the same thing. So yeah, if you know more about plants, let me know what you think of these from the Dollar Tree, or if there is a better option and why, if you think so. But like I said, for me, just in my basic knowledge, these have been really nice and come in handy, and I really should use them more than I do. I just get a little bit lazy. But yeah, I think these here get a thumbs up for me for what I use them for. And they've also held up really well. I haven't got any cracks in them. or anything like that with them being out in the sun and kind of in the weather. So they've done really well. So then another thumbs up product, and I've got it in work, but I will have a picture up here of the one that I do have. But what I do have with me here is the e.l.f. one. I'm talking about these selfie lights. So this one here is from e.l.f. I bought this several years ago for like $16. And it's just something you put on your phone. It's got 3 different light settings. You can change the batteries out. I'll use it like when I do shorts and stuff like that. I definitely haven't gotten $16 worth of use out of this one, but I have the Dollar Tree one at work. Paid $1.25 for it. I even have Dollar Tree batteries in it, which you guys know I don't really like Dollar Tree batteries. They work, I just find that they don't last as long, but for something like a selfie light, where I just turn it on and use it for a second and then I'm done, the batteries have actually lasted a really, really long time. So mine is still going strong for the amount of time that I use it. I really hate that I spent $16 on this one, because I honestly didn't even use it until a little bit more like in the last 3 years, and it wasn't too long after I really started using it that I found the one from Dollar Tree. So I think this item is worth about $1.25, and like I said, the one from Dollar Tree has worked every bit as good as this one here from e.l.f. And they even have some like fun colors like pink and blue, and they've got some other shapes as well. So for me, the selfie light from Dollar Tree gets a thumbs up. So then this here, I hauled this, I don't know, probably about a month ago. It was right after I went blonde, and from being blonde last time, I had some blonde shampoo, but I didn't really have any more blonde conditioner, and I think that's really where the rubber meets the road in your blonde hair care, is having a purple conditioner, because I just feel like it's gonna deposit more color than a shampoo. So I was needing some kind of a conditioner. And I went to Dollar Tree, and I was just gonna get that cheap brand, which I've heard mixed reviews from you guys on that brand. What is it, Pro Silk or some other brand? I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the organics. They get a purple shampoo and conditioner. I was just gonna pick up that conditioner. They didn't have it at my Dollar Tree that day, but I lucked out and found the Root to End brand purple hair mask. So it's supposed to bust brass and balance hair tones, all for nourishing strands for a vibrant finish. So this product here, I think on the internet, it seemed to go for about $10. Of course, I found it for $1.25. And there were just a couple left on a bottom shelf when I went to my Dollar Tree on this particular day. And you can see I've used quite a bit of it. Now, one thing I can say is it is very, very, very purple. So that part about it is really good. But I feel like it doesn't make my hair feel good. So for years when I was blonde, I used the Miracle It's a 10 blonde hair mask. And it's not as purple as this, but oh my God, it made my hair just so luscious. Same thing with the little leave-in conditioner that has a little bit of a purple tone. This is like very purple, almost like my, was it Joico or Pureology that I've had? I've had both of those brands. I think I just used up a Pureology one. So it's got a lot of purple depositing color. Like I said, it just didn't nourish my hair. So for me personally, especially when my hair is newly blonde and it's kind of needing to recover from how quick I did it, this here didn't really work for me. Now I will keep it and mix it in with some other conditioners just for the color depositing capabilities. But as far as being like a mask for my hair, I didn't feel like it really made my hair feel very good. So I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, but this here gets a thumbs down from me. What gets a thumbs up though, y'all, and I actually bought 2 more of these the other day, is the Anomaly Bonding Treatment Mask. So first of all, it smells amazing. It smells really nice. And so of course, being blonde especially, you want something that's gonna kind of strengthen your hair back up. Mine's wet because it's been in my shower. It says it helps your hair feel stronger and more manageable and renewed and restored. So this here has been absolutely excellent. I'll even mix a little bit in with my conditioner, use it as a hair mask alone. I feel like my hair has come a long way. And I think a couple of my Dollar Divas here have used it and really love it as well. And it seems to have really good reviews online. So this here is, like I said, I went and bought 2 more just because $1.25 is a steal. $1.50 would be a steal if your stuff has all moved up to $1.50. Like I said in my last video, my Dollar Trees here are still, most things, the beauty items are still $1.25, except for some of the $3 Be Pure items. I used this once on its own this week, and then I used it another time in my conditioner. And it really, my hair has come a long way just this week alone. From what I understand, is you don't want to use something with proteins in it like every single day, because it can actually make your hair, because it can actually have like the opposite effect on your hair. Like you want to use a product like this like once a week or every so often. You don't want to use something like this every day. Sometimes you don't know what these brand name items, sometimes they end up at Dollar Tree and they're duds. Sometimes they are not. This one here for me personally was not, so thumbs up. So this is going to be a product update because I think I reviewed these a while back and I wanted to kind of give an update. And I'm talking about the Sassy Chic brushes. They've got a foundation brush, a concealer brush, and then this here is really good. I haven't used it as much, but this is good for like cream products, cream bronzers, cream blushes, that kind of thing. So I really, really liked them. I liked these two brushes here so much that I bought another set for work. And I love the concealer brush. I've got one from IT Cosmetics that I keep in work. I've got one from e.l.f. And I reach for my e.l.f. and the Sassy Chic one every bit as much as I reach for the e.l.f. Love them both. And mine has been washed several times and it hasn't come apart. This is still on there pretty strong. And the bristles, it's shed very minimally. I mean, it's not gonna last as long. Like for instance, this is my second e.l.f. concealer brush because my other one just wore out after using it and all the washing. My IT Cosmetics one I've had now for a few years. It's held up a lot better, but it's, you know, like 6 times the price of this and like 30 times the price of this. So it would take you a long time to, you know, justify the price. So far this has held up really well, and my other one as well. It's probably not gonna last as long as the IT Cosmetics one, but it's done a really good job so far. And the foundation brush, so this is getting a little bit loose, and it has shed a little bit, probably a little bit more than the concealer brush, but I really do like the brush. I actually like it better. I actually tend to reach for it more than my Real Techniques one. I kind of like the angledness of it. Same thing with the concealer brush. I like the angledness of it. And like I said, it's not gonna last forever. It probably won't last as long as something a little bit more high quality, but at $1.25 or $1.50, it's a really, really nice foundation brush. So like I said, the update on these is these still get a thumbs up from me even after several uses and washes. So, and I really need to use this more. I kind of forget, it gets buried in there. And I need to use this for more of my cream products. But yeah, these still, over time and several uses and washes, still get a thumbs up from me, especially for the price point. And then a couple things here, I'm gonna just kind of lump these together because, I don't know, they bring me joy and I really, really like them. And they're a thumbs up for me because they're really cute, and they've been a nice addition to my beauty room. They've really done a nice job storing my jewelry. So some time ago, I'm talking maybe 3 years ago at least, maybe even longer than that. Actually, both of these things I got like in a little display that's kind of at the front of the store. And I got this little like trinket tray, y'all. And it's got a llama on it. Mine's a little bit dusty, but it's got this llama. And I just put my rings on here, you guys. I used to put like the earrings that I would wear like on here as well. It just got too cluttered. So now this is simply like a ring catcher. And I just love it. I think it is so cute. Looks like something you would easily pay like $5, $6 for at TJ Maxx. They might have had some other things on them, I don't remember, but yeah, I really, really love this. Like I said, I bought this a few years ago and it's been wonderful. And then I think I hauled this last year. It was a $3 item. And again, it was in the same area, like right in the front of the store where they sometimes sell some $3 items as well as like things like this. And for $3, I thought it was a steal. It's just this little glass storage case. Mine's a little dusty, it needs to be cleaned. Actually, I take that back. This was $5. But look at how nice this is, you guys. I keep all my like really colorful earrings in here. Earlier this year, I have a lot of people ask me, and I did one earlier this year where I show you my earring collection. I will have that link down below if you missed it and you're curious. But yeah, this here has been really nice. And I think for $5, it's a steal because something like this would cost you maybe $11.99 at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And honestly, I wish I actually just had a bunch more of them and just stacked them. But I've got some other Dollar Tree stuff that have my earrings on them. But this here was just really one of those really awesome things. And even at $5, I feel it's a steal. So my little jewelry storage items have been a thumbs up. So the next item is one of those things that I wanted to try. I had been curious, but ultimately decided that this is just something I want to spend a little bit more money on and get something that's a little bit prettier, a little bit nicer, a little bit bougier. And I'm talking about battery operated pillar candles. So I had bought this just thinking, oh, let me just give it a try, but it really just kind of disappointed. It really did. It just didn't look as glowy and as pretty as I would have liked. So I did end up buying 3 on Amazon, different sizes, like a shorter one, a medium, and a tall one. Now the battery situation is a little bit of a pain. They take 4 AA batteries. I use rechargeable, so it's not too big of a deal, but they're a little bit of a pain to get in and out. But I don't have to charge them very often, and the effect is so much better. It glows at the top, and then the little flame thing, you know, jiggles. They just look so much more inviting. Now, what I wish I got was the luminescence ones on QVC. I don't know if you've ever seen those. I really wish I spent the money and got those, because y'all, I have these things on every night. I also have a timer, which I don't use most of the time. But yeah, the ones I got, like I said, they were from Amazon, and I do really like them. Yeah, so this one here was just kind of disappointing for me. They do have, I will see, like red and green at Christmas time as well. Then I think they got like white, and they've got one that's a little bit more yellow. And yeah, this was just kind of one of those things that just didn't really hit for me, even for $1.25. And I didn't think you could replace the batteries, but I had some Dollar Divas tell me that you can replace the batteries. I think they take like those little batteries, which again is something I don't really want to buy in excess. And it's a little bit more of a pain to change them out. And I felt like the battery died real fast as well. And they probably had a cheap battery in them. But still, like I said, for me personally, this is just something that I'm either going to light a candle, or I want something that's going to kind of stand the test of time and look really, really nice. So these were a thumbs down for me. Then the last item are these crock pot liners, you guys. And I think since the last time I talked about these, I have used them more. And I really think I actually like these better than Reynolds. So, and the reason is because they're a little bit more like a basket. And I feel they also protect the sides of the air fryer from additional grease. Because listen, if I don't have to really like wash my air fryer, I know this sounds disgusting, but if I don't have to wash my air fryer, I don't want to wash my air fryer. I just want to wipe it out, or just let one of these liners do the work. And they do help a lot. Even the Reynolds ones that are just like, they're like a sheet on the bottom. They have holes so the air can vent, but I find the food cooks every bit as good with these. Like I said, they seem to be a little less mess. $1.25. I'll try to figure out what brand and how many you get in here, but a real steal. These were just really great. And it's funny because the day that my husband and I thought, let's look for air fryer liners at the grocery store, we stopped at Dollar Tree first, and we were like, let's see if they have any at Dollar Tree. And lo and behold, they did. I didn't expect them to, but they did. And to have such a big container of them was really great. And then we ended up buying some Reynolds ones as well. So we ended up with a bunch of air fryer liners. But yeah, for me, if you see these and you have an air fryer, especially one that we have a pretty big air fryer, so these work great. If you have a smaller one, you probably can't use these. But yeah, for us, these have been a big thumbs up for us. So let me know which of these items you like, what you don't like. You know I love talking to you all and hearing your opinions. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, show me you did by hitting the like button. Definitely check out some of my other review videos down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.